I wanted to ask Bucky, because I think it has been one of the actual original design intentions. And I think, at least from my perception, it's playing out right now exactly like that, right? That you have the CØSMOS hub as kind of like the heart of the interchain without having to enforce dependencies, right? For example, on Polkadot, you have the relay chain, which is kind of like the center, everything that's pegged to it. If the relay chain goes down, everything else kind of like goes down, right? I don't know, Bucky, maybe you can share your take on this design intention to not make the CØSMOS hub the center where everything depends on, and how you view it also in the competitive landscape of other internets of blockchains or kind of like interoperability projects out there.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the crux is we want the CØSMOS hub to be an enabler, not something that's like rent seeking or that becomes a central point of failure or something like that. We don't want to recreate all the problems with the existing internet or with existing sort of centralized web tech all over again.
Quickly say something. It's like completely insane that people are building multi-chain architectures around this idea that if like a single consensus protocol like has a liveness failure, like what we're trying to build is a world where like blockchains are so essential to everyday life that if the entire blockchain ecosystem were to stop, like people would starve, right? That's like that's the world that we're enabling. Like that's the world of all of finance has moved to blockchains, right? And it's insane to design a system that is like dependent on like a single consensus protocol on a single software implementation, like, you know, continuing to make blocks. Otherwise, all of global finance comes to a halt. But whereas like the CØSMOS architecture is like different parts of the system may break, and you know the system, and like we've been seeing that, like, so you know, I don't know, it just like annoys the hell out of me.
Good, yeah, but glad you dropped in there. Trying not to get too riled up here, but I'm glad you are on our behalf. Yeah, I think that's spot on. It's just like so obvious to us, like what the right architecture is, and we've been talking about it for like years, and not just talking, building it, actual thing for years. Everyone's running around like, oh, but you're not accruing value. It's like, well, are you trying to pump a token, or are you trying to rebuild the entire internet and financial system? You know, which is going to take a few decades, and you know, so. Now there is an aspect of that. Well, it's like, well, as you go, you have to build valuable products. Otherwise they won't make it into the market at all. And, you know, you're doing this dance with like the existing socioeconomic circumstance, which is the bush we all have to kind of like beat around as we're trying to achieve larger goals. And so, you know, part of the magic, I think, of CØSMOS is how we've gone of actually producing valuable artifacts that are useful to the market at the stage it's at sort of every stage of our development, right? And it's only really that we're starting to get to the point where now the CØSMOS hub is the artifact that we're trying to, you know, up till now, the CØSMOS hub has been sort of an assemblage of everything else we had already built, right? Tendermint, then the SDK, then IBC, and each of those were sort of valuable in their own right. You didn't need a whole huge monolithic system to kind of come together. And now that we have the CØSMOS hub, it's like, okay, well, now we can focus on the value proposition of the CØSMOS hub. How is this going to further the overall goals and vision of the project, right? And so that's an exciting time, and it's certainly not by making everyone absolutely have to use it, otherwise everything is going to break. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, and that would be against the values, right? So the CØSMOS hub continues to be there, something that champions these values, which we've proven, you know, we're right. Everyone is starting to come around to like, okay, this was the right way to do it, and yet for some reasons everyone's like, oh, they were right, except, you know, they're wrong about like tokenomics or everything else. Like, you know, we're just getting started. Like,